Someone reached out recently asking me if this floor plan was making the most out of the square footage, and after carefully analyzing the house, not only did I find ways to improve the flow but also reduce wasted space and improve the overall functionality of the home, all while maintaining the same footprint. Here's how I would redesign it. So let's start with a quick run through so we are all on the same page. Here on the entry you can see you have a pretty big closet, you have a little bench on this side. Here you have a powder room with an extremely small sink. Then continuing on, you have the staircase going to the basement. As soon as you exit the foyer, the first thing you are met with is the kitchen. Then you have the dining, the living. And this section over here is an outdoor sunroom enclosed with screens. On the left side of the house, we have a pantry, a linen closet, a laundry room, 2 bedrooms, and finally a full bathroom. The first thing I notice is how the staircase is in the middle of the room and it's an L-shaped staircase, and the portion that kicks out to create that L shape is creating a lot of wasted square footage. So let's remove that. Something I always try to do in designs whenever it's possible is having the living room being the first room that greets you as you walk in inside of the house, because the living room is a proper reception area. In this case, you're arriving straight into the kitchen, which actually should be the area that should be a bit more private and tucked away because it can be messy. People are gathering around there, it's more intimate, the family gathers there, so you don't necessarily want to have that as soon as you enter. So what I'll do for now is push the living room closer to the dining room to create space for the staircase. Now the next thing that we need to address is that massive step in front of the staircase. It's way too big given the proportions of the house, so we'll fix it by giving it a side entrance. Now we have an entry space that is appropriately sized given the proportions of the house. Now let's fix the living room because it's not looking very good. So what I would do is push the fireplace so it's a double-sided fireplace between the common areas inside of the house and also the sunroom. That way you can have double utility. And here's how I would arrange the furniture for both spaces. And what's interesting is that this would be for a brand new construction, so we're not limited by existing walls, and it really gives us the freedom to really rethink the layout from the ground up. Before I continue, I just want to address this is a structural column that was in the original architectural plans, but since I'm redesigning the house extensively, I don't think it needs to be there anymore, but I'm still going to keep it just in case. One common theme across almost all of my designs is that I always try to maximize the size of the kitchen as much as possible, and here you can definitely tell that there is the square footage right next to the kitchen to do that. So what I would do is first put the bathroom, the powder room, accessible to the common areas as much as possible, but on the other side, I think we can add some more cabinetry to make the kitchen much bigger. From here, I would just rotate the kitchen island so it doesn't stick out. I would use the old powder room, pantry, and linen closet to make that the new laundry room. And I would close the gap between the entry closet and the laundry room with one linear closet for the entry. Something that's not sitting right with me is how the counter space of the kitchen is sticking out and it's not flush against the wall, and also how the staircase is not perfectly straight. So let's fix that by pushing that whole section south. By doing that, the staircase becomes way too wide, so we can definitely narrow that down a little. Now let's see how we can reorganize the square footage between the master bedroom and the laundry and entry closet. Initially, I thought about making this whole space a master bedroom. Then I thought to myself, the laundry room could need some more space. And then I thought to myself, hold on, we only have one shower, which is fine because it's a 2-bedroom house. However, there is definitely the space to put in a shower. And I cannot think of many other uses of square footage as useful as putting a second shower. It's always something that is very neat, and it's not a negative thing to have a second shower in the house. It's always going to be a nice amenity to have. So I converted the powder room into a full bathroom. I added a linen closet in the hallway and compartmentalized the rest of the space between the laundry room and the master bedroom closet, as you can see over here. For the secondary bedroom, it absolutely makes no sense having a closet that wide and that big. You can have the same amount of storage with a simpler design. So this is what I would suggest. Speaking of closets, for the masters, I would replace that door with a pocket door. That way you don't have a door invading your space. And for the sunroom, I would put the flap of the door on the outside so that way it doesn't interrupt the floor from the patio door from the dining room. And I would push the sunroom so it's aligned perfectly with the dining room as well. Here's the before and the after. Now when you enter the house, you're in an adequately sized entry section. You're greeted first by the living room, not by the kitchen. You have this double-sided fireplace that services the sunroom and the common areas. We have a larger kitchen. We have a powder room that's been converted into a full bathroom, so now you have 2 showers that you can benefit from. And for the secondary bedroom, we made it bigger by utilizing better closet storage solutions, and all of that with the same original square footage of the house. And here we have a depiction of how the house could look like. It's not perfect, but it's pretty close. If you found value in this redesign, I'd appreciate your support. I recently started this channel, so any likes, comments, and subscriptions would really help me continue sharing my ideas on better layouts, smarter space planning, and just more thoughtful design in general. And I really appreciate you taking the time of your day to watch me. I am truly grateful. And until then, I'll see you next time.